today, but gone tomorrow. And then he says, the things that we can't see, not that they are not there. They are there, but our eyes have not been opened to see that they are there. He says the things that we can't see now, not that the things that are not there. He says the things that we can't see now, they will last forever. Now, you need to ask yourself this question. What is it that I am missing out of life? What is it that I am negligent of? Maybe negligent is not the right word, because you can't see it anyway. He says you can't see these things. You can't see it now. Not that you will never be able to see it, but he says you can't see it now. Why? He says these things will last forever. These are the things that should be driving every child of God who has a new life created on the inside of them, who has verse 16 being effected upon them. The things that you cannot see now, these are the things that will last forever. You see, in life, there is a difference. There's a difference between a natural mind and a spiritual mind. A natural mind makes decisions and conclusions based on what the eye sees, and what the eye sees is what the mind will meditate upon, and whatever the mind meditates upon, it will result to a decision. Now, this is a sequence of a natural mind. What a natural mind concludes about, it's what his eye has seen, his physical eye. Now, the spiritual mind, a spiritual mind does not look at the scene only, but it looks at the things that the natural eye cannot see, has not been able to comprehend. When the spiritual mind makes a conclusion, it is being driven by forces, by things that are not naturally seen by all people. Now, that's why he says the things that are not seen will last forever. We need to be careful, children of God, that we do not become intimidated by the things that we see with our eye. Because what we see is nothing but temporal. It's here today and gone tomorrow, And when we make conclusions about people, when we make conclusions about life, when we make conclusions about ourselves based on what we see now, whatever that conclusion will be, it has to be subject to change, because it is not guaranteed to last the next day. Even now we are on quarantine. It is a temporal situation, but a natural mind is easily drawn to a natural conclusion based on what he sees it with his eye. Now that you've been asked to stay at home and you are not going to work, your natural mind easily draws you to a conclusion that everything is falling apart upon us. Remember what he says in verse 16. He said in verse 16 that it looks like things are falling apart on us. He said on the outside, things are falling apart. When things are falling apart on the outside, a natural mind will make conclusions based on the things that are falling apart. Not that they are not. They are falling apart. This is what they see. They are falling apart. Yes, you did lose your job. Things are falling apart. Your marriage has come to an end. Things are falling apart. You don't know where you're going to get your next meal. Things are falling apart. Your friends are betraying you, stabbing you in the back. Things are falling apart. The person that you said you love has turned against you. Things are falling apart. But I say to you, dear child of God, that's happening on the outside. And whatever is happening on the outside is here today and gone tomorrow. And we ought not to make a permanent conclusion over things that have not been fixed permanently over our lives. They are here today and gone tomorrow. That's why he says when he introduces verse 17, he says that these hard times are small potatoes. These hard times, why he calls it small potatoes? Not that they do not exist. He did not say they are not real. They are real. And I do acknowledge that we are going through hard times. I do acknowledge, even Paul acknowledges that you are going through hard times. You are going through persecutions. You are going through a season where you have no answers. It's real. But he says it's potatoes compared to the coming times, compared to the good times that are coming. What you are going through right now, it's small potatoes, baby, looking at the good times that are coming, the lavish celebration that God has prepared for you. He has prepared a lavish celebration, but he says these hard times that you are going through, they are nothing but potatoes, because they are only there to prepare you for your celebration. Now God says, I will not introduce you to your celebration season having not gone through your hard time season. That's why many people are not able to understand when you celebrate God, when you praise, when you worship in church, because they were never there during your hard times that God calls potatoes. They were not there when you are going through the storm. That's why it never makes sense to them why you worship the way you worship, you pray the way you pray. It never makes sense to them why you love church so much, because they were never there during your hard times. They were in their hard times, but not in your hard times. Only you went through what you went through, and only you understand what God has delivered you from. Only you can tell the story of your life. Nobody can write the book that is titled with your name. You are the only one who writes a book. You are writing your life story. You know what you are surviving. You know what you are coming through. You know what the devil has been doing over your life and your family. And God says all that, it's been preparing you for the celebration that is coming, that God has prepared. Before celebration, there comes preparation. God prepares his people for the celebration that's coming. There's a heavy celebration. He said in John 14, do not you worry, don't you worry. In my Father's house there are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. He says, I leave so I may go prepare a place. We serve a God who prepares a place for us, and he also prepares us for the place that has been prepared by him. The celebration that God has prepared for you, he says, I ensure you that the hard times that you are going through, they are not there to kill you. They are not there to crush you. I'm not saying they are not real. I'm not saying you are not going through pain. Yes, you are going through pain. Yes, you are crying tears day and night. But God says it's only a preparation for your celebration that's coming your way. That's why he says there's far more here than meets the eye. We cannot make conclusions based on our eyesight, because there's far more here than meets the eye. There's far more than the pain that you are going through. There's far more here than meets the eye. I say, don't forfeit your blessing when you are going through hard times and you decide to quit and give up on God. You are actually forfeiting your celebration that God has prepared for you. There is a celebration for his children. There is a celebration for the righteous. There is a celebration that God has prepared for those who acknowledges the name of the Lord. There is a celebration for those who have been drawn unto Jesus Christ the Messiah. There is a celebration that has been prepared, and I've come to say to you today, don't give up, don't forfeit your blessing, don't die in the hard times. The hard times are a preparation. They are nothing but a vehicle and a fuel that ignites you to be more in fire, to be more ignited, to be more anointed, to be better than you were before after these potato times. And I need you to look at the devil right now. Tell the devil, this that I'm going through right now, it's only a potato. Tell the devil, the tears that you've been crying all night, it's only a potato. I will not die out of potato trials, out of potato tribulations, out of potato pain. It's only a potato. Devil, take your potatoes and go. Because when we are done, there is a celebration that's waiting for me. There's far more here than meets the eye. You are not to make a conclusion about yourself, about your life, about your future and about your destiny based on what your natural eye sees. You need to activate your spiritual eyes and see beyond what you are looking at right now. Look at the bigger picture. God says you are greater, you are better, and you are rising, and there's a champion in you. There's far more here than meets the eye. Amen. Don't let your eye confuse you. God is not done with you. Amen. God is busy doing you. He's busy working in your life. He's busy preparing you. The devil wants to come and tell you God is done, but turn around and tell the devil, no, God is still at work. These potato seasons, it's nothing but a potato. And I need you to tell the devil, take your potatoes and go. It's my time to rise. It's my time to shine. And I'm going to my preparation, to my celebration. He says, the coming good times, the lavish celebration. And I said, there's a lavish celebration that's waiting for you. Arise and pray. Here today, but born tomorrow. And then he says, the things that we can't see, not that they are not there. They are there, but our eyes have not been open to see that they are there.